There was once a forester who went into the forest to hunt, and as he entered the forest one day, he heard the sound of screaming as if a child were there. He followed the sound and at last came to a high tree, and at the top of this tree a child was sitting. The child's mother had fallen asleep with the child, and a bird of prey had seen it in her arms, had flown down, snatched it away, and put it down in the high tree. The forester climbed up, brought the child down, and thought to himself, take him home and bring him up with our Lena. He'll have a better chance in life. He took it home, therefore, and the two children grew up together, and the one which he had found in the tree was called the Foundling, because a bird had carried it away. The Foundling and Lena loved each other so dearly that when they didn't see each other, they were sad. Now the forester had an old cook, who one evening took two buckets and began to fetch water, and did not go just the once, but many times out to the spring. Lena saw this and said, listen, old Santa, why are you fetching so much water? If you promise not to tell, I'll tell you why. So Lena said no, she would never repeat it to anyone, and the cook said, early tomorrow morning, when the forester is out hunting, I'll heat the water, and when it's boiling in the kettle, I will throw in the foundling, and I will boil him in it. Early next morning, the forester got up and went out hunting, and when he was gone, the children were still in bed. Then Lena said to the foundling, if you'll never leave me, I'll never leave you. And the foundling said, neither now nor ever will I leave you. Then said Lena, I'll tell you. Last night, old Santa carried so many buckets of water into the house that I asked her what she was doing. And she said that if I would promise not to tell anyone, she'd tell me. And she said that early tomorrow morning, when father was out hunting, she would set the kettle full of water, throw you into it, and boil you. We need to get up quickly, dress ourselves, and go away together. The two children got up, dressed themselves sharpish, and went away. When the water in the kettle was boiling, the cook went into the bedroom to fetch the foundling and throw him into it. But when she came in and went to the beds, both the children were gone. Well, then she was terribly alarmed, and she said to herself, what will I say now when the forester comes home and sees the children are gone? They must be followed this minute to get them back again. Then the cook sent three servants after them, who were to run and overtake the children. The children, however, were sitting outside the forest, and when they saw from some distance the three servants running, Lena said to the foundling, never leave me, and I'll never leave you. The foundling said, neither now nor never. Then said Lena, by the power of your imagination, become a rose tree, and make me the rose upon it. When the three servants came to the forest, there was nothing there to see but a rose tree, and one rose on it, but the children were nowhere. Then the servants said, there's nothing to be done here, and they went home and told the cook that they'd seen nothing in the forest but a little rose bush with one rose on it. The old cook scolded them and said, you simpletons, you should have cut the rose bush in two and have broken off the rose and brought it home with you. Go and do it at once. They had therefore to go out and look for the second time. The children saw them coming from a distance. Then Lena said, foundling, never leave me, and I'll never leave you. And the foundling said, neither now nor ever. So Lena said, then by the power of your imagination, become a chapel, and make me the chandelier in it. So when the three servants came, nothing was there but a church, with a chandelier in it. And they said to each other, what can we do here? Let's go home. When they got home, the cook asked if they had not found them, so they said no, they had found nothing but a chapel, and there was a chandelier in it. And the cook scolded them and said, "You fools! Why did you not pull the church to pieces and bring the chandelier home with you?" And now the old cook herself got on her legs and went with the three servants in pursuit of the children. The children, however, saw from a mile away that the three servants were coming, and the cook waddling after them. Then Lena said, "Foundling, never leave me, and I'll never leave you." And the foundling said, "Neither now nor ever." Said Lena, "By the power of your imagination, become a fish pond, and make me be the duck upon it." The cook came up to them, and when she saw the pond, she lay down by it and was about to drink it up. But the duck swam quickly to her, seized her head in its beak, and pulled her into the water. And there the old witch had to drown. Then the children went home together and were heartily delighted, and if they've not died, they're living still.